everyone, my name is Kat.
And my name is Josh.
And we are so excited that you're joining us for our first ever Year 13 Quickie.
Now, what is a quickie? First, it's most definitely not what you're thinking, so get your head out of the gutter. Year 13's Quickie is our version of TED Talk. It's a series where we get to explore and unpack everything relevant to you right now that's normally kept on the hush-hush with topics like student life, travel, growing up, money, culture, well-being, and even the unfiltered naughty stuff that comes with growing up. Whether it's advice from an expert or one of us chatting about our experiences since we've been there, done that, thank you Pitbull, you can expect to walk away from this feeling a bit more knowledgeable. Well, we hope so, at least. But without further ado, let's kick it off.
With HSC and final exams just around the corner, we thought it'd be appropriate to kick our quickies off with a bang. So we'll be talking about studying for exams.
For our first guest, we have the absolute pleasure of interviewing Dr. Christine Zhang. From scoring 100 on her UAI, which is the ATAR, well, the old name for the ATAR, the founder of ACE, HSC Tuition, medical doctor, entrepreneur, and mum, Christine has helped hundreds of students in their final years at school and navigating those dreaded end-of-year exams. Now, Christine, thank you for jumping on board the Year 13 Quickie. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Christine, in true Quickie fashion, we're wanting this to be really quick smart. I'll say some words, and in that 30 seconds, you have to try your best to explain, describe, or provide an answer in as much detail as you can in 30 seconds.
Okay.
All right, Sick, are you ready?
Yeah, ready.
All right, let's go. First one, perfect ATAR.
Probably not something you should try to sort of like work towards. I would just try to do your best, set yourself some realistic goals. And I always say to my students that you can plan to within a certain amount, but 10% is luck on the day. It depends on how you're going, what the exam questions are like, what your marker likes about your response or doesn't like. So do your best to set realistic goals. Don't set yourself something from which you can only fail. And a perfect ATAR is one of those things. So just work towards doing your best and be realistic.
Scaling.
Two types. The first type is the scaling done by a school. So what the school does is they look at your rank and they compare it to your rank, the rank of the person in the year above you, and you receive their mark. So if you came 20th in English, you'd get the mark that the person who came 20th in English got the year prior. And then when you sit your HSC exam, they'll really scale your marks to meet something which I think is equal. So if you get 70 at school, but you get 90 in your HSC, you will get something closer to 90 than 70. So tough one. But yeah, all the cogs are moving.
And last one, managing stress.
Making sure that you ask for help like this. I mean, we've all been through HSC exams. There's hundreds and thousands of people around you that have sat the exams. Everyone's experienced stress. Ask for help from anyone and everyone. And really, like, even your school friends, you're all experiencing the same thing. So there's always people around. The other thing is do take a break and don't just go down the rabbit hole of constant study. And I think sleep is another thing. So go to sleep at nighttime and wake up in the morning, see the sunshine and see the daylight, and just try not to freak out.
Nice. That was a bit over 30 seconds, but we'll let it slide because it was the last one. But well done. That was actually phenomenal. I'm so surprised that you managed to keep that all within the 30 seconds time frame. But is there any final advice you would give for people that are starting their exams?
Like, it's not too late, and I don't think it's ever too late to try to improve. So even if you think that this year has not gone well and you haven't really focused and you haven't taken well to being at home, you haven't done well in lockdown, you haven't done well, whatever it is, it's never too late to just improve on whatever is your baseline. So it's September now, you've got a couple of months or 6 weeks or something till your exams start. That's heaps of time to at least make some improvement. So I think some people at this point might consider themselves to be a little bit behind the 8 ball, and that's okay. Like, you just have to consider that your baseline and try to do better. This is another thing about realistic goals. Like, you may not get 99.95. How many people get that? Not very many. Like, it just may not be a possibility, but it is never too late to do better than what you've already done. And so that just requires a little bit of planning, a little bit of support, and just kind of getting it done and knuckling down.
Lovely stuff. Thank you so much, Christine, for joining us for the Year 13 Quickies. Appreciate it immensely, and I'm sure that there's plenty of people out there that have also found this to be very helpful. And we wish them luck for the future of their exams and stuff. But yeah, thank you so much, Christine.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Now on to our second guest. We're joined by Whelan, who is the founder of Sandbox Learning. Jesse's got over 15 years experience in strategy and education, and Jesse started tutoring students back in Year 9 and then landed himself a 99.45 ATAR, which, might I add, is a huge flex, and also continued to carry his passion for tutoring all the way through to university in engineering courses at the University of New South Wales, as well as finance at Harvard Business School in Boston, which is super impressive. He's worked for the 40K Foundation Australia. He's built Adapt Ed, which is a learning platform for maths and English, and now he works with us cool kids at Year 13. So in true quickie fashion, we're wanting this to be very quick smart.
Let's give it a go.
All right, your first word. Let's go on to visual learning.
Visual learning. So laying things out visually can be a really useful way to kind of like connect the dots. And what's familiar, kind of mind mapping or concept mapping can be a really useful tool, right? So it's something that we employ as part. So it's not just everything you want to do, but along with other effective kind of techniques can be a really useful tool to help with study.
Tell us about cramming.
Cramming. There's a place for cramming. Basically, if you only need to know it tomorrow and never again, cram. That's great. In one ear, out the other. But for most things, even in school, you kind of need to know it for a little bit longer. In that case, don't cram. Spread it out, do little bits over time. You actually end up spending less time in total than if you just like keep cramming, forgetting.
All right, well, next question. How to study for multiple exams at once?
Yeah, so it all comes down to time management. What you don't want to do is just focus on what's coming next. And let's say I'm going to spend 3 days just on that, because what happens is the thing that comes after, you've then forgotten everything, you have to kind of go again. Just like I was saying with cramming, you want to do little bits over time. So across a day, you might spend a couple of hours doing this subject, a couple of hours doing this subject, a couple of hours, right? Spread it out and manage across all of them.
Thank you so much for all of that, Jesse, you absolute legend. Before we go, thank you for playing, but any final advice that you'd like to give for people that are starting their exams?
Yeah, definitely. First one, put it all in context, right? Some stress can be really helpful and productive, but when it gets to levels where you're kind of like caught up in anxiety, not good at all. So let's put it in context. Second one, get organized, start early. Important to do little bits over time, not cram, and then cram, and then cram. And the third thing is focus on kind of effective methods rather than kind of common but ineffective methods. Again, lots of good resources on the internet. Check out Sandbox Learning. We have a bunch of material on this as well.
Yay!
Woo, got the plug in!
Jesse. Thanks for that quickie. Oh, every time, weird. We need to change the name.
Now, on to our last guest for this quickie. We're joined by Brad Felstead, founder of Felstead Education, and is a dedicated educator with over 25 years of experience. Brad is a leading expert of mindfulness in education and is all for balanced approach to maintaining good mental and physical health while studying. I know you can do all three. It's amazing to think so. Brad, thank you so much for jumping on board for the quickie.
Pleasure. Lovely to be here with you today. Thanks very much.
All good. Now, in true quickie fashion, we're wanting this to be really quick smart.
Okay. Sounds like fun. Sounds lovely.
Awesome. You ready?
I'm set. I'm ready to go.
Love it. All right. Here we go. Felstead Education.
We run a number of programs across different areas, maths, literacy, but a big focus on well-being and study skills. Basically passionate about trying to make a difference for students, giving students some skills that they can use that can make a real positive difference in their life. In the wellbeing sphere, we've got three pillars, that we like to focus on. We believe that quality mental health, quality physical health, combined with strong study skills, gives students a chance to be their personal best, whatever that best may be, whatever direction they want. Get those three pillars right, you're off in the right track.
Love it. Health maintenance for students.
Try to think of your body and your brain very much as a machine. If you're prepared to put in the right kind of fuels, be it through exercise, be it through nutrition, be it sleep, through taking care of yourself, some mindfulness tools, some meditation tools, everything just works so much better. You're under pressure with exams, It's a really, really tough time in many ways, but if you can get your body and your mind in as strong a place as possible, it's going to help you to do as well as you can on those exams.
Fantastic. Mindfulness for exam anxiety.
It's process versus outcome, shall we say. If you are focused very much on the outcome, really, really tight, tense, I've got to get a great result, got to get a great result, got to get into this, got to get into that, perhaps you'll actually not do as well as if you're just in the process, in the flow. I just want to execute this specific task as well as I can.
Lovely job. Well done.
I hope I wasn't speaking too quickly. I had so much I wanted to say in a short amount of time, so apologies if I was too quick. Perhaps I should have been just the laid back guru, a few words. So much to say, so little time.
Thank you so much for playing for that game, but we have one last question. I feel like this is a chance for you to sort of really impart with some real cool words of wisdom. But is there any final advice you would give for people that are starting their exams?
If there's something you want to do post-school or post-university, you'll find a way. You may need to knock on lots of different doors or go down different paths, but you'll find a way if you want to achieve something. So don't get too worked up over the exam. And lastly, attitude's everything, I think, in life. You know, we're going through tough times, especially at the moment around COVID lockdowns, COVID pressures. It's easy for pack mentality to build up, lots of negative thought. You're always in control of your attitude, irrespective of how you perform in an exam, don't perform in an exam. You can always choose to find a way to get something good out of what's happened, learn from your mistakes, whatever it might be. But remember, you're always in charge of your attitude, and you can choose however you want to respond to something in life. So hopefully don't get too much under the thumb or under the pressure of exams or negative COVID thoughts or whatever it might be. You can always choose your own attitude.
Totally agree. Thank you so much, Brad, for that. I had a lot of fun, and I'm sure lots of people will take great advice from this. So thank you so much for joining us for the Year 13 Quickie.
A pleasure.
What we're going to play now is this memory sequence game. It's called I'm Going on a Trip. And what this means is called I'm going on a trip, Kat's going on a trip. We're going to bring some stuff with us, but we need to help each other out of what we're bringing. So we keep going back and forth with each other. I'm taking a passport. And then Kat repeats the sentence and then she adds something on.
Let's do it. Bali. Let's go Bali.
All right, cool. I'm going on a trip to Bali and I'm bringing my Bintang singlet.
You took mine. I was gonna take my Bintang singlet. Would you even be in Bali if you didn't? All right, well, I'm going to Bali and I'm taking my Bintang singlet and I'm also taking bottled water.
I'm going on a trip to Bali and I'm taking my Bintang singlet and bottled water and also my Birkenstocks.
I'm going on a trip to Bali. I'm taking my Bintang singlet, my bottled water, my Birkenstocks, a lot of alliteration going on, and also my budgie smugglers.
This is a crime. This is purely a crime. All right, I'm going on a trip to Bali. I'm bringing my Bintang singlet, some bottled water, Birkenstocks, my budgie smugglers, and also I'm bringing sunscreen because I get burnt.
Can't relate, but that's fine. Lebanese skin. Going on a trip to Bali, I'm taking, I've already forgotten it, my Bintang singlet, my bottled water, my Birkenstocks, my budgie smugglers with the Australian flag on them, my sunscreen, and a book.
I'm going on a trip to Bali and I'm bringing my Bintang singlet, my bottled water, Birkenstocks, budgie smugglers. What did I say? Oh my god. Sunscreen. I forgot what you said. I forgot what you said.
Did I win? Did I win? I bought a book,
Oh my
bitch!
god! You won. I have absolute memory of goldfish, man.
I love that
Done.
for me. Wow, I feel so great. I'd like to thank not only God, but also Jesus.
If you want to test your memory, make sure you give that a go at home. Grab your brother, grab your sister, grab your mate. Just keep going back and forth. It's a fun little game. Test your memory. Definitely be way better than me because I am absolutely horrid. But thank you so much. Enjoy.
Bye!